Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about new hire training. One of my subscribers asked me about how did the classroom testing go? Like how did that work if I remembered? And I do. I still go back for training every year. All flight attendants do. FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, requires us to be requalified every year on the aircraft that we fly, as well as other information. So we go back to the same training facilities that the new hires go to. But she wanted to know, like, how did the classroom testing go? When did they test us? How did they do it? And when they did it for us, what happened was the first day of class, we got our classroom material. And then the second day in the morning, we would take a test on the information that they gave us the first day to see if we retained it. So you would take that test the second morning, and then we'd move on to our classroom material for the second day. So let's say that you fail the test from the first day. So then you would have to retake it. But you would still move on with everybody else on the second day material. So where you would take that test again is on the third day. You would come early before everybody else and anyone else who missed it, and you would do that the third day in the morning. So you would take the shuttle over to the facility, take that test in the morning on the third day, retake it. Everybody else would join you and take the test from the second day, as well as you. So you've taken two tests that morning, the one you missed and then the current one. Now everybody's on the same page. It's the third day in the morning. So we would move on to the material, classroom material for the third day. And that's how you would do it throughout the course. Some people might say, well, how about if you missed the test 2 times? Well, that's where they're going to tell you on that first day your do's and don'ts and what they expect from us. And so you're going to know. But I'm just staying positive that, that second time you're going to pass it. You'll move on with the group with the next test, and then you go on to that day's classroom material, and that's how it worked. The first day of your training, of course, you're going over all that, so you also will know your seniority number. Everybody wants to be first. There was 30 people in our class, and I wanted to be first, but they did it by social security numbers. And then there was paperwork, a drug test, passport, legal documentation. All that was the first day, maybe the second day, and then you went into your classroom material, and then you started your testing the day after. Some days there wasn't a test. You're out on the aircraft doing hands-on or things like that. But most of the days for us, we had a test in the morning before we started our classroom material. So you'll just move forward like that through the 3 to 6 weeks, depends how long your training is. Some training is longer, some is shorter. Some people only have 1 aircraft, some people have 4. We have 4 aircraft. So it just depends on the airline and how much you need to know. And then at the end, of course, you have a final test, final exam. We did. And you graduate, you get your wings. You'll be assigned an in-flight instructor to fly your first flight to make sure you're good to go. I got everything down, I'm doing it, I'm ready to be by myself. Now it's time, you're gonna start getting paid. All flight attendants still get tested every year. FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, requires us to be requalified on all the aircraft for our airline. So for my airline, we have 4 different aircraft, and I need to be qualified on all 4 every year. So when I go to my training, it's not a test every day like that. We're tested on individual things. For instance, every year we have to do an emergency evacuation, and the trainers will just pick an aircraft. So when I show up to recurrent every year, I need to be ready on all the planes because I don't know which one they're going to choose for me. So therefore I'm ready, to be qualified for each plane, for each aircraft. So like in Phoenix, where I'm based, I mostly fly the 700. Very rarely I'll do the 900. So I would say the 700, 98% of the time. This year and last year, I got the 175, which I don't fly that much, but I still need to know how to do everything on that plane. You don't have that much time, is what I'm saying, before you're gonna go do it. So you need to have all your verbiage together, and you need to have the whole situation together from beginning to end. And even when you do your emergency evacuation, they can still throw things at you, smoke in the cabin, fire, door obstructed. They could just do whatever they want, and you need to respond. And that's how it should be, because when you're out online, you're out flying, and you have an emergency, they want to make sure that you could do it. And I want to make sure I could do it. So, of course, you're nervous. 18 years, every time I go, I'm still nervous. But when I'm done, I feel good, and I know I can handle it. So that's what's important to me. But when they say, okay, Connie, go in there and do the 175, you're in the front. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. I go in there and I do it from the beginning to the end. The captain calls me and tells me what's going on. And then I do the emergency evacuation from the beginning to the end till we're on the ground and everybody's off the plane safe. And that's what we do every single year. But we do other things too, that, all the current information that we need to know, make sure that we still know it. Just make sure we're ready still, because we're out there by ourselves. People don't realize what flight attendants really do. And you just want to make sure you're safe and everybody else is safe. So not going to go down that road too much. So we do go back every year. So, new hire is learning everything from scratch, but we're still going back every single year too. And we need to know. And we know. If you want your job, you have to be requalified every year. And we always make a joke about that when, we're out flying and stuff. It's like, oh, I just came back from training. Oh, got my job for another year. And it's the truth. So that's pretty much that. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Hi, for those of you that are still watching, I just wanted to share, earlier this week on Tuesday, my baby girl Harley, she had a scheduled surgery to have her teeth cleaned, and I found out that she needed 4 teeth pulled. So we had a hard week. The first night was really hard. She moaned and whined, and that brought tears to my eyes, and I had her on her medication scheduled. I wanted to give her more pain medicine, but I didn't. Dr. Connie, I wanted to, but I didn't. This is Harley. She's 3 years old. She weighs 2.5 pounds, and I rescued her at 10 weeks, which is another story. But I just wanted to share. I normally have, I try to have a video out on Wednesday normally, and then another one on the weekend, but this week she had all my time, and I just wanted to share that with you. But she's doing good. She, the doctor said, like, you get your tooth pulled and your mouth is sore. And with her, with the 4 teeth, and she's so small, her whole head is sore. But every day, she's feeling better. Like I said, she's on 3 different kind of medications, so she's looking kind of sleepy right now, but it was a hard week for us, so I'm glad she's doing better. But I just wanted to share that with you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.